Hey, everybody, welcome back in. It is the Rob and Stu show. Guess the title of this one, heartbreak, sadness, perpetual sadness. Here, live for you on the Pulse Sports Network. Folks, we'll get into the game and everything coming up in the next few weeks. Our baseball preview's coming. We got some big plans for that. But before we even start talking baseball, we got to talk Super Bowl. By the way, great spread, Robert. I went up to Roberto's house, and it was phenomenal spread. I mean, we destroyed Freehold Raceway. I mean, we took them for everything they had.
That's right, Stu. I took Stu Saturday. Got introduced to Freehold, the dining room.
Oh, who's got it better? Who's got it better?
We had lunch up there, a couple drinks. It was a great Saturday. We were betting.
Oh, just phenomenal. We lost everything.
Yeah, Stu, they're actually closing Freehold. Yeah, Stu hit a monstrous pick 4 at Freehold.
Mm-hmm. I've never gotten a W-2 in my life from the track, but
welcome. Welcome.
But yeah, so Saturday was great. Sunday we go to Mulberry Street, but you put out an amazing spread. I mean, the penny vodka was ridiculous. Okay,
yeah,
the Stromboli was ridiculous. All the food pretty much went. I mean, really nice spread.
Yeah, no, it was a look. I mean, I love the Super Bowl. I always have. I always have a big party. I don't know if I'll be allowed to have any more big parties with the way that ended, but I'm dead. I mean, this is my dead corpse right here. This is, it's funny. I started on Twitter in 2013, right? And ever since then, we've gotten the one Super Bowl. We've had bad seasons, mainly decent seasons making the playoffs. People don't know the true pain of being a Philadelphia sports fan. And I'm not a Sixer or Flyer fan. I can give a shit about hockey or basketball, but I'm a fanatical Eagle fan, obviously. The Phillies I love. I don't love them as much as I love the Eagles, right? The Eagles are just, they're everything to me as far as sports. And, winning the Super Bowl a couple of years ago was awesome. But that team kind of, when Wentz went down, it was kind of I don't know if they'll get there. And then they won it. It was so much excitement. This, besides 2004, was their best team ever, I think, and it probably will go down for their history as one of their best teams. Just the way that game went, man, that feeling at half as a fan, you never touch the money, right? But at halftime, you're like, holy shit, man, this is looking good. 10-point lead. Mahomes limped off the field. Now, listen, I know as a horse racing guy, there's more drugs you can give than anybody, right? So you knew he was going to come back out.
Oh, they shot him up with Butte and they blocked him up. Oh, he was ready to go.
Yeah, he was ready to go. And, it's funny. Stu was here with all my friends, and all my friends just come to watch the Eagles lose.
Can I just tell you, it's an insane setup. We got multiple Steelers fans. We have Rory in the house. Shout out Rory. He's a degenerate Cowboys fan. I mean, propaganda, Pyongyang propagandist right there. And then you got Giants fans intermixed. You got people that just don't care. They're there to see Rihanna. T-Bone's off on Planet Zeptor for all we know. He's there, but he's not there.
He was getting ready for a Marshall Mathers concert. I mean,
well,
he works in Atlantic City. Yeah, he does shows in Atlantic City as Eminem. But they just come to watch me.
Just a horrible group to be surrounded with.
No,
for a
they're my best friends, and they're some of the most horrible people on planet Earth. They live to torture me, including my wife.
My
wife just laughs hysterical. Yeah, they all just torture. My wife laughs hysterical at me. So I kept saying to Stu during the whole game, "This is not good. We're not running the ball. This is not how we play football." And I thought the Chiefs I thought Bolton was unbelievable. I thought the Chiefs did a really good job, and Spagnuolo did a good job of taking the run away. Now, Hurts impressed me. He had a hell of a game, but I'm just dead, man. I'm just dead. And in that third quarter, when they came down on that first drive, I said to myself, I said, we're fucked because you got to go score for them now. You know, Hurts hits Watkins with that pass. Jesus Christ, man. Right in his hands, and he drops it. You can't make mistakes like that against the Chiefs because they're not going to miss in the second half. Andy, masterful play calling game, didn't miss. Before the Devontae Smith touchdown, I got to tell you, I had a house full of people. I just go upstairs. Like, I have to watch it by myself. I can't be around that many people. That'll probably be the last time the Eagles are in, I'll have people over because
Oh
when they
yeah,
get into those
that would
moments,
be dumb. That would
yeah,
be
no,
really
I
dumb
need to
if you had
be,
people.
like my wife said, you need to be by yourself in a room watching that game because I just torture myself watching it. Um, it was just pure torture. Then after the game, um, listen, Dave, who listens to this show, is on a text thread with me. Dave is tweeting out his Giants bullshit propaganda to me. Poor Dave. I threw in a couple MFs at him. I'm Dave. Don't fucking text me right after the goddamn Super Bowl. Okay, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to fucking hear it. Okay, your bullshit. Okay, I don't want to hear
You know what? I'll
it.
tell you
Yeah,
this.
and yeah, he works
Dave
for
is
Gene
a shit
Steratore now.
disturber. He
Yeah,
is a
he's a
shit
shit star.
disturber. I love
Absolutely.
him. I love him so
Absolutely. Yeah,
much.
absolutely. He's a shit stir. They had to make. Yeah, I know they had to make the call to end the Super Bowl. I couldn't wait if that happens to a New York team to see his reaction. But not that. Listen, the penalty, obviously, the Eagles couldn't stop them. So I'll go to my grave wanting Hurts to get that ball again in the offense, obviously. But the real criminal here was the Eagles defense. I understand that the field, it was very slick. It was disgusting that the NFL let that happen, but what are you going to do? But the defense didn't come to play. In the second half, they got completely embarrassed. It didn't shock me. I kept saying to Stu the over, because I know as a fan, obviously a sick, degenerate Eagle fan. Anytime we play a good quarterback, this defense struggles. I watched Aaron Rodgers go up and down the field in that Sunday night game against us. I watched Jared Goff go up and down the field against us. Now I watched the
Oh, how
Texans move the
dare
ball
you?
on us.
Jared Goff is future Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's true. That's true. But I'm dead. But I will say one thing. I'm not the kind of fan where I'm still gonna wear my gear. I got my hat on tonight. I'm never gonna hide away from social media, right? You can give it to me on there. Rob, the Eagles suck. They only have one ring. Yada yada.
You were attacking Giants fans like
Oh, I was going hard. Yeah,
non-other.
I can't stand them. I most of them. A couple of guys I'm really cool with on Twitter. Scott, who we had on the show, Eric, who I had on my show. I go back and forth with him, but he's a great guy. A couple of guys, Steve, a couple of guys, Giant fans online, I absolutely love. The other half is so goddamn delusional. But they're used to winning before, so they're kind of most of them are kind of spoiled, so they can't take when their team's not good. But most of the guys I bullshit with every day on there are great New York sports fans. I like those guys. They're like my buddies,
Can I
like my
tell
buddy
you,
Chris.
you got into an argument with the Giants fans at the deli, and I'm sitting there,
Yeah.
and
Oh, yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
going. The Giants fans were like, "Oh, well, you guys in Philly, you guys are just, you can't go watch a
They
game. You
hate
guys
us.
are
Yeah. No, listen,
uncivilized."
listen. I'm
And
not going to
then,
say we're not a degenerate fan base. Well, there's definitely a lot of Eagle fans that are degenerates. But listen, I've been to Giant Stadium too. They're not the biggest saints in the world either. I mean, what's funny? They always battle on which city's a bigger shithole. Who cares? Both cities are shitholes. I work in New
yeah,
York. It's a shithole.
I'm sitting there as a impartial third party Lions guy going, I don't know, this is like the Bloods and the Crips pointing
Yeah.
at each other going,
Yeah.
these guys are just, they're criminals.
Well, listen, we got to brag all season, right? We had the dream season, 14-3. I get that. I get they want to gloat at this and that. But listen, when you get blown out 38-7 in the playoffs, I mean, your trash talking just goes by the wayside. I mean, listen, it's like with Cowboy fans. I don't want to hear your trash talk. You haven't been to a Super Bowl in 27 years. Kiss my ass. But listen, as a fan too, you got to take it. I mean, that's what trash talking is. That's why we love the sport. It would be nothing without rivalries. And the NFC East, to me, still has the best rivalries in the NFL. I mean, Philly and New York, we hate each other. Dallas always try to act like they're unrivaled or Washington's there. Shut up. Just shut up, please. That makes me sick, but it's a hard loss for me to take. Listen, I'm a grown man. I'm 38 years old, right? My mother called me Monday, like, let's just calm down. You're gonna be okay. I know it's bothering. She's like, I know it's eating away at you. I'm like, it fucking but
And bombs
I'm the
away.
kind of I'm the kind of sports fan. Certain teams when they lose really I mean, the Eagles are one of those when they lose a Super Bowl like that, I'm not gonna lie to you. That kills me. Like it's gonna take me a long time to get over that game. I felt a little better today, but then I just go through like, when I'm driving the car to work. I have an hour drive to work, so I'm always listening to podcasts or fucking around on Twitter or, but like it makes you sick, man. It really does. I think as a fan, there's nothing you can do to control what happens on that field, but you just feel like you lost the game. You know what I mean?
Just for folks, I called Rob Monday morning, said, "What are your plans today?" You said, "I'm going to go for a walk in the woods."
And I told my wife I might not come back.
Called you Tuesday, and you said, "I'm out buying Valentine's Day stuff. I hope that I fall down a well." Today I go, "Man, is it nice out there? It's like 66. It's great over here." You go, "Yeah, it's 72 degrees. Perfect day to drive my car off the nearest bridge." I mean,
that's my sense of humor. Like I'm just like a guy.
It is, but I just love the fact that every day it's something new. I'm going to be kind of sad the day you go, "Oh, I'm doing pretty good."
Yeah, the next time I have a good day, I'll probably be like June 6th or something like that. Like that's when I'll be like, okay, no. But yeah, no, it's hard to take as a fan, man. It really is sometimes. Like I
What
don't know
about
what it
draft
is.
day? Is draft day like? Are you going to be able to enjoy the
Draft
draft
day is
this year?
fun to the Eagles are on the clock, and then I just get Danny Watkins flashbacks or Nelson Aguilar or Jalen Rager.
Oh,
But no,
one of the most underrated wide receivers of all time.
oh, I mean, better than Justin Jefferson. That's for damn
Yeah,
sure.
that's 100% true.
But yeah, no, like, it's just, I don't know, as a fan, man, it just sucks. Losing a game like that sucks. You're in it to the end. I mean, I know what Bills fans went through last year when they didn't get the ball. The Chiefs came down and scored in those last seconds. It's a terrible feeling, terrible, especially in the Super Bowl.
I
Especially because you
wouldn't
know
know.
how hard it is to get back.
Yeah, I wouldn't know. I just know it's really hard to get there.
Yeah, well, I mean, the Eagles, Philadelphia set a record. I mean, the Phillies World Series, I don't think people took that hard because it was like, oh, it was a miracle they even got there. You know what I mean? Like this one, by the middle of October, if you didn't already tell yourself, like, well, if they don't make a Super Bowl, it's, this would be terrible. It would be awful. And then to have the game like that, I mean, people are trying to make a huge deal out of the
You kind
halftime
of
game.
wish you just get blown out.
Yeah. Oh, get blown
game.
out. Or, Portnoy made a great reference on his show. When you lose an NFC championship game, you're walking out with your own people, right? You're walking out of the stadium. It sucks. Okay. But when you go to a Super Bowl, I mean, it's heartbreaking, especially as a 1-point favorite, especially in a game where you got a lead. Although people are making a big deal out of the 10-point lead at half and them blowing that. I don't know. A 10-point lead with Mahomes on the other side, that doesn't, and they're getting the ball at half.
Look,
I don't really.
I hear all this stuff with Mahomes. I don't buy it. Like, look, John Gannon. I think we all know what John Gannon is. He is pure eights when it comes to anybody with a competent offense.
Yep.
They were running a high school offense out there. This zone was just, I mean, you could pick it apart left and right, and that's what Mahomes did.
Destroyed him.
The Eagles couldn't get any edge rush. Fletcher Cox is out there wearing a blouse.
Oh my God! What was that?
I don't know.
I wanted to turn the buses around after I seen that.
I don't think Mahomes did really anything. He just managed the game. Guys are wide open. You can't.
The guy's an all-time great. I mean, he was playing on.
I'm not saying that he's not a great quarterback. I'm just saying, to me, I think Hurts played a far superior game, even
He
with the
really,
fumble.
yeah,
He
he did.
was the most valuable player on the field. I mean,
It was.
Mahomes was making throws. Kelsey was like, nobody was around Kelsey for like 7-8 yards multiple times. I mean, Juju was just hanging out.
Yeah, well, the Eagles pride themselves on we don't need to take linebackers high. Well, you saw in that game what that gets you because they absolutely tore the shit out of you with throwing the ball to the backs and using Kelsey over the middle. But listen, no, I mean,
Edwards really can't close. We found out to the edge.
Oh my God, where was he looking on some of those plays? And then on the Tony punt return, he's fucking turned halfway the other way, and Tony's running around the other side.
I don't know how you punt to Tony. I don't know why you punt that ball.
Yeah,
man. Just
I don't know.
Kick it out of bounds.
Well, they had 5 guys down there. Everybody missed tackle them.
Brutal.
Awful. I'm not going to put it up there with the O2 championship game. That'll be the worst loss of my life. This one's probably second. This one's right there. I wouldn't put it at the top, but it's right there. This is a hard pill to swallow.
Luckily, the Fighting Phils are coming back in a week or two.
Oh God, spring training tweets. Just shut up. Okay. These people with the spring training bullshit. I just got my heart run over by a bus 2 days ago. We're gonna break down who's wearing Philly Fanatic fucking t-shirts in the batting cage. I don't care. I don't care.
I can't wait for your whole feed on Twitter to be Phillies spring training updates and 4-round mock drafts.
That's probably going to be, people probably have to mute me because I don't shut the fuck up sometimes. Like Monday, I was off and you try to like stay off social media. But then I'm laying on the couch, I'm watching Netflix, feeling sorry for myself. And I'm like, well, let me go on Twitter and have some fun. I mean, I enjoy Twitter. Like I enjoy going on there and breaking balls and getting into dumb sports arguments with people. But some of the takes out there are just so fucking ludicrous.
The fact people, and I was talking to a Cowboys fan, Cowboys diehard at work, right? And he goes, well, I don't know what they're going to do. They lost their OC and DC. And I'm like, you need to understand. This is, I mean, losing Steichen. Yeah, it's mildly tough, but the offense that they need to run with Hurts at quarterback, it's pretty obvious. It's not like somebody's going to come in and go, okay, well, I want to run the air raid Mike Leach offense, okay? You're going to come in and you're going to run the offense essentially how they had it last year. Maybe some different bells and whistles, but that's what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, listen, their game is an RPO game. It's based off of Hurts' ability to run. You did see in the Super Bowl, he threw well from the pocket, which impressed me. But yeah, I mean, their offense isn't, I mean, it is what it is. They have good talent. They're going to move the ball on you. They have the line. He can dink and dunk. He can go over the top of you. I mean, they're a good offense. They are. I mean, I would say
Gannon losing Gannon, that's a godsend. I've never been a fan. I've never thought he's really all that amazing.
No, the Eagles numbers a little bit too, like their sack numbers to me. Yeah, they were inflated. They played some bad quarterbacks. They beat up on bad offensive lines. I understand that completely. If a team has a good offensive line, they're probably going to have a decent day against the Eagles. And that's true with anybody in the NFL. Look at defenses and the way these teams play. If you don't get pressure up front, who's stopping anybody in this league? I mean, some teams just have atrocious quarterbacks, but if you can't pressure the quarterback in this league, it's going to be a long day for you. I mean, you see with these secondaries, I mean, maybe there's like 3 or 4 outstanding corners in the NFL. And then you got your mid-level cornerbacks and everything like that, but nobody can cover for that many seconds.
I'm going to throw this out there just early, and we're going to get into the drafts. We're going to get into the mocks. We're going to be all over it. I want to see them go D-line and linebacker first 2 picks. That's I don't need Jahmyr Gibbs or anybody. I think you'll find value in the second round, but I think you're going to lose Hargraves. He gone.
I think Hargrave comes back. I don't think Fletcher Cox.
He's going to get a contract.
No, he will. Oh yeah.
Somebody will pay him. And I
He'll
think,
really be missed.
yeah, I think those are the ways you got to go. I know
Yeah, well,
people are
listen,
going
they
to
got
want a
tough
corner.
decisions. They're going to lose Bradbury. I mean, on principle, there's no way they're as good as they were this year. That they shouldn't be as good next year. You never know. Hopefully, we really hit in the draft. Cornerback's going to be a position we have to look at early in this draft. It has to be that way. I mean, you're going to lose Bradbury. You really don't have a ton of young talent. You have Josh Jobe. You have a couple other guys back there, but you really don't have much. So it's going to be a need to be a focus in this draft.
I'm looking forward to draft talk. That's going to be some real in the weeds shit. Outside of that, what the hell's going on in Piscataway? How do you get just run out the Jersey Mike
What did I
sub
tell you today?
sandwich?
What did I tell you today? Rob Sports World is done. I am crippled, done. It's coming to an end. Rutgers is missing the tournament. No way, two ways around it. They're going to fall on their face. One thing I've told Stu this whole season, and he can agree with me, they have trouble shooting the basketball. They have no offense. They play
You
solid
think?
defense, but they really don't have an offense, and I think it's really going to hurt them down the stretch.
If the Swedish kid can't hit threes and Mulcahy's having a tough time, you're gonna have a tough time with, putting up points.
Absolutely. I thought they lost a lot last year when they lost Gio and Harper. And, this year they really started off solid, had a great January. But boy, towards the end here, good teams get stronger and they're getting weaker. That loss last night was horrific. I'm really hoping they could bounce back, but I don't know, man. Hard to see as a home 14-point favorite to get run out of the gym like that by Nebraska. It wasn't even close.
No, not even remotely close. Hate to see it. You guys will make the playoffs or the tournament. You guys will make it.
I don't know, man.
Hey, there's an 11 seed play-in game. You guys love that game. Love it.
Wonderful. I hate sports, by the way.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, next week more sports talk as we get ready for baseball. Rob, your excitement level 1 to 10.
-6. I'm thinking about doing a book club next fall. Are you in on Saturdays and Sundays?
Yeah, absolutely. So next week, information about the book club, some baseball talk coming at you. College basketball, we're going to get back into it. I don't have any plays really for tomorrow. We had a horrible day. Every single play we talked about making won, but we didn't make the play, and we tried to be the smart guys in the room. Thanks, Auburn.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Me and Stu, like two goddamn degenerates, were in Billy's room at Freehold, sweating out the Auburn game while Stu was watching his pick 4, and he hits the leg before the end, and he looks at me and he's like, "It says this thing's paying $35." I just look at him and I go, "Yeah, no, that sounds about right. That's Freehold prices. That's what you're gonna get."
That in the Van Diesel in the last race, that must be the shittiest group of horses
That
you
was
could
tough.
ever
Tough
assemble.
Scenes. Listen,
that horse looked like Secretariat, and it didn't even break well. It was at the back of the pack and circled them.
He was dead.
In a trotter race. In a trotter.
It was a pacing race, but yeah. No, yeah.
Whatever. It's the same thing. I mean.
It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. Yeah, no, he was dead coming. I said this too. I said, we walked outside and we were going to pick up my wife and then go to dinner. And I said this too. I'm like, there's no way this fucking horse wins. Anytime I have to stay at the track for the last leg of anything, I'm like, there's no way this horse wins. And he got parked to the quarter. And I'm staying to Stu the whole time. Like, there's no way this fucking horse wins. And then down the backside, he just opened up. But yeah,
looked like Secretariat.
He looked like Mahomes at the end of the second half when he went back to the sideline on a leg and a half, getting across the finish line in my face with his trophy. And by the way, did you see their Super Bowl parade today? How they were doubted? Go fuck yourself. Seriously, go fuck yourself.
Well, are you before we wrap up the show, are you going to be one of the first in line to apologize to Mahomes' wife?
Oh yeah. Absolutely. And his brother.
Yeah, I think that's a big move for you. That's
It
big of
is.
you.
It is.
All right. Well, Rob's getting his book club together. We got baseball coming at you here on the Pulse Sports Network. So for Rob, take care, brush your hair, and we'll see you after a while. A hip-hop culture crowd.